to Hips TV, the first all plus-size family talk show, where we bring you our weekly roundup on all things politics, pop culture, fashion, and more. Now, some of you may or may not know, but we have done a nationwide casting call to see who will join the ladies of Hips TV. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you to finalist number 3, Miss Nikki Greenfield. Now, she likes to go by Nikki G, so we'll go by Nikki G. Is that okay?
I appreciate it.
Okay, so we're going to see how she does. So please help me welcome my beautiful co-hosts, Nzinga, Kimberly, and of course, me, Joy. Now, ladies, ready to get into the mix with Hips?
Ready?
Let's begin.
We're going to start this off with some girl talk.
Okay.
Some advice, in fact. If you were at a job and you find out that your boss slept with your significant other, would you stay there for
Wait a
that
minute,
money?
girl. Hold on, wait.
Or would you leave?
Okay, wait. So this is my boss, and he not date, but slept with my man.
Yeah.
So you're asking me, would I stay at the job?
Or find a new job?
Wait, now is this prior to
Me getting the job?
or no, prior to us getting
Not
together?
if it's your significant other. No, that's while you are together, honey.
Well, right. I don't think that necessarily means that. I mean, if you find out in the past they slept together, would
Oh, the past is different.
is the past.
That's
Okay.
different. If it's current and this is my man, and if Nikki G is my boss, and I find out that she slept with my man, I'm gonna slap her and I'm gonna slap him.
So you're gonna be fired. You won't even be able to get.
Sometimes
to
you gotta take an L. It's about the principle of the
Right,
thing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'd go to work and then I'd hit up my HR and be like, "Look,
Ooh, that's
let
good.
my HR director know all the tea." And
Now,
then
that's very smart.
That's
That's
savvy.
right.
That's strategic.
let
That's
my
savvy.
HR, and I don't know what policies, we got in this so-called job that we're creating here, but maybe there's some policies there, and then I could be like, well, I'm going to start looking for other jobs because of this HR director, just so you know.
Because if it come out, it can, which is one policy within HR, it can become a hostile work environment.
Exactly.
From
That's
either
a good
party.
point. That is a good
Okay.
point, especially if your boss tries to hold it over your head. Like,
She give
I'm
you
gonna
that.
give you double work. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or they start becoming petty, so then I start acting out because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going on a date tonight. I'll be like, right? So but that's if your significant other cheated on you. But if we're talking about a past relationship, what about that?
I'm not talking about past, girl, because I don't know what you did. Like, everybody has a past, and I might have slept with his boss, okay,
Right.
in the past. How you doing? So I'm just talking about what's happening right now. And if we are together, that would be a bad situation for me.
Right.
I mean, I would like I think you said, that is a very hostile environment.
Yes.
Not only am I petty, but let me just be honest, I would get jealous. You know what I mean? Especially knowing now. And, I mean, I'm bad, but don't let her be badder, because there's always somebody badder than you. Okay, let's keep it. It's always somebody. Oh, no, you too, ma'am. Yeah, you too.
She's starting to feel some type of way.
Okay. So, yeah, I wouldn't feel good about that. And I may have to change jobs, honestly. Yeah.
Right, but I wouldn't go up and just quit all of a sudden. I would let HR know and then start looking, get my ducks in order, and then when I leave, I'm going to burn the place down. I'm going to be like, bye. This is why.
Let me say something. I come from a law enforcement background, and a military background as well, and that was something that was actually very common. And we and I don't know if you've read stories, but people have been killed. Husbands have come back and stuff like that. But in law enforcement, a lot of time the ex was the chief or a sergeant,
That's a good point,
and they worked together just fine. It was just like, that's what it was then. I mean, literally divorces. They've been together for years, and they work in the environment just fine.
Because I worked in public safety too.
Yeah.
And there was an office called the Office of Professional Standards. And
Yes.
women, like the spouses of a person,
Right.
would reach out to that office, because that's the Office of Conduct.
Yes.
And so when you're sworn,
IA, basically.
when you're
Internal
a sworn
affairs.
personnel, I mean, I'm telling all the tea right now.
Yeah.
When you're sworn, and then there's a complaint that comes from the outside, working in public office, mess around and send a text message or an email, that's considered an open records request that somebody can get.
Okay.
So if you aren't very careful, all of those things can be exposed, and then you can then be fired. So I know that we kind of went off.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All I'm hearing you is just giving me dirt, so that when my petty self comes out, I was like, okay, these are my receipts. Here we go.
Call me, girl. I got you.
What happens with politicians all the time? Think about it.
Well, look at the mess we're in right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh, we ain't got to go there. Not right now.
just saying.
Yeah. Stormy Daniels.
Okay. Well, speaking of current events, let's not go down that road.
I know, right?
We'll be here for a hot minute. Did you ladies see that Ohio's actually moving forward to pass a bill that would ban all abortions, no matter the circumstance? So mom in danger, rape, stating that the baby or the unborn baby has a right to life. So what do we think about this?
I feel like the mother also has a right to life.
Yeah.
And if it's endangering the mother, I feel like that should supersede that personally. That's my take on it.
Well, and here's my take on it. The law is already the law. Like Roe versus Wade has already been
And that's
passed.
federal Supreme Court.
That's a federal law.
Federal
Yes,
law.
that's the Supreme
So what I'm seeing is that what Ohio is doing is pretty much putting this law in place because of our current administration. We know we have some Supreme Court justices that are probably going to retire
But it's Penn State.
or pass away soon, and they're
Yeah.
going to start putting in more conservative justices on the bench. So this is just leading up to, well, how about we overturn this in a few years?
Which
Like,
I'm
that's-
for.
Wait, what happened?
Straight to it.
Wait, you're for what? Let me be clear.
I'm not a feminist and all that. I don't believe in pro-choice. I'm not a pro-choice person.
So that's
I'm just waiting.
Okay, so okay.
That doesn't surprise me, but in terms of it being whether or not the person was raped or that person's life was in
And
danger.
okay, I hate to always put my business out there, but I've been a victim of all those things. Okay, I've been on the side where I had a oopsie. Okay, and I'm sitting in front of the Rite Aid, and do I take this morning after contraceptive? I've been the sexual. Been sexually victimized and raped or whatever, and it's like, what if I have conceived in this situation?
Okay, so wait. So you've had a oopsie.
I've had the oopsie.
Okay, so you took the morning after.
No, I didn't.
You did not.
I did not. But I'm saying I was the person that sat there dealing with,
contemplated it.
contemplated it. So
I
I
be clear
understand.
on your oopsie. You were pregnant or
No.
the condom broke?
You
and
know,
I
yeah,
didn't be
you
clear.
know that. Okay,
So the condom broke, and so you weren't sure whether or not you were pregnant.
Yes,
And you did take the Plan B.
I did not.
You did not take.
No,
it.
But you weren't pregnant.
I wasn't pregnant.
So
I'm just
that's the difference.
I come to find out. I mean, I'm sitting in front of the Rite Aid, and I'm like, do I do this? Because I think this is a personal. There's so many degrees and levels to this.
And that's the point. That's the point.
And I get that. I get that.
I just think you're trying to be controversial, girl. You would take that Plan B, or you.
No, ma'am.
Because here's the thing.
I would not. I sat there and thought about taking
Okay.
Plan B, and I made the conscious decision not to. But just like I made the conscious decision not to have an abortion, in the event I didn't know if I was being, if I was gonna have a child, I didn't know.
But to your point, it is an emotional decision, and it is a individual
Personal
one.
decision.
It's an individual
It is.
one. And
It
so
is.
while I understand the contemplative process you were in front of the Rite Aid,
Okay,
right?
okay.
You still had to download thought as to what you were
Yes.
going to do or what
Yes.
you were not going to do.
Yes.
And so if somebody, the state,
Right.
says to you,
You have no
you
option.
cannot do this.
You have no options.
But it's you, it's your body, it's your choice. That's almost like the separation of church and state. Like, there's some things that you just cannot get involved in when it's a personal me decision.
Right.
And while that is your right to believe that, I am very pro-life, pro-choice.
And I'm pro-life.
And I'm pro-life, though. Let's be clear.
Right, because being pro-choice doesn't mean you're pro-abortion.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm pro-choice
Okay.
and pro-life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is here, like, I'm Jewish here, and in Jewish religion, conception, life doesn't start till birth. It doesn't start at
That's
conception.
the Jewish faith.
That's the Jewish
okay.
faith. So
Okay, that's good.
what's happening if you're telling me, well, no, conception actually starts, or life starts at conception. Now, what you're saying is you're putting your religious views on me, which is now against my First Amendment rights.
But to your point, though, it still is a living being,
Right.
whether we believe it or not. That is a living being.
Well, that's why
Organism. It is alive. It is moving. It is breathing. It is blinking. It is pooping. It is sneezing.
But
it is
if
eating.
anything happens to you, then that being will no longer
Not
exist.
true. Not true. Parents having mothers die before, and they were able to still
Save the child.
save the child.
Depending on how far along in the gestation process
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, but
I think that's important.
but, I mean-
because being almost at term and being ready to have the baby is different than when it's just a little bean.
When
I
it's an
mean,
embryo,
I don't
yeah.
think that is. I don't think that's
Well,
accurate.
when I read up on the specifics of this law, it's because Ohio, actually, when I read into it, they've been doing a lot more than any other state. Okay, so it was on the Down syndrome. They was trying to allow mothers to abort if the child has Down syndrome. Then it's this heartbeat law.
Right.
Okay, and so it's the minute that the heartbeat is detected,
that it becomes a life.
then it becomes a life. And that's the issue from my understanding. That's why I'm saying so many levels and degrees to this situation that I do understand. It's times when a woman, well, her life is in danger.
No, it's true.
And they have to terminate the pregnancy, okay? Right. And there's no judgment here. You know what I'm saying? This, judgment-free zone.
It is judgment-free.
It's just one of those things. Some of us just have some strong views on it. And this is one of those areas where I think the medical professionals should more so handle this with the patients as opposed to the law.
At that table, it's all old men. I need to see some women up there. I need to see medical professionals. I don't need to see these old men.
Old white men. Let's be very clear.
Thank you.
Wow,
old white men making decisions about what I have and my reproductive system.
Yeah, and what I want to do with what's going on with my body.
Okay. And do you know at what term the heartbeat is detected?
Usually, I think it was 6 weeks from my research.
It's early.
Yes, pretty early.
So early.
And if we don't think that the baby is living, then why are we like, hey, little buddy, what's going on?
But are you at 6 weeks?
Yeah, people, as soon as they find out, they're like, me and my little pudding. That's why you call it a bean, because you're developing a relationship with a baby.
Call it a bean because it looks.
It does look like a bean, but
I don't like that. I don't like that imagery.
Hold on. We can agree to disagree on the matter, okay? But in relation to laws and people's laws or rights being, violated, right now there's a class action lawsuit going on that's brought on by Muslim women in the state of New York in reference to their hijab. Okay? So with the issue is a question of is safety? Should we violate their religious right in regards to safety? Because mind you, they're being asked to remove their hijab during when they're detained and when they have to take a photo, a mugshot, and so forth. So now I'm gonna talk last on this because I have a lot to say on this.
Right. Security background.
I will do that. So coming from a law enforcement background, I had to take pictures of individuals, regardless of if you had on a wig, if you have on glasses. State law, if you come in and you're wearing glasses, I take a mugshot with your glasses on as well as your glasses off. Certain things are posed as a threat. Now, ask me how many women I pat down and took off their wig and their weave or what have you, and there's weapons in it. Okay? People hide things.
What kind of weapons?
People hide things in their crevices. I've done hundreds, if not thousands, of strip searches, pat downs. I've found guns. I've found drugs. So from my perspective, if you're going into a federal building, at the point when we detain you as an officer, those rights are done with. Now, I have to protect your life. I have to protect certain things, aspect of it. I can't violate your Fourth Amendment rights, things of that sort. If I do a cavity search, it has to be done. I have to get a warrant. I have to go to a medical professional, things of that sort. With the hijab, there has been numerous cases of where there have been weapons found in them. So your point is? My point is, take it off.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
My thing on that is, it's a difference between you doing it in a private room and searching as opposed to when you're taking a picture and now this picture is posted. That is a violation to me. Because that's
public law, honey. It's public records. If you're in custody, that's public records. Don't commit a crime. And I'm not saying everyone that gets arrested has committed a crime, but you have to understand there is safety. And we're sit here on one side, be like, oh, what about their rights and this? Until your baby locked up with this person and they got something in it, which I'm witness.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't search them. I'm not saying don't take them to a private room, do the search and everything like that. But when you're taking the mugshot, and that's what we're asking right now. When you're taking a mugshot that is going to be posted and online and everyone can see it, and you're religious, you want to cover that. That's part of your religion.
Because if that person is a criminal, and let's say
but that's not guaranteed at this point. You're just arrested.
That's a good point.
You're not.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
And nothing is very important.
into your defense, then there's something where you can have that removed. Okay, you can have that removed.
But it's been up there at that point.
Right. So now their religious rights have been
violated.
There's gonna be some civilian casualties. I'm sorry that this is safety. I'm sorry.
I understand, but if you're if you pat them down and take off everything with let's say these are women, right? They're taking off their hijab. You take them to a private room and you pat them down and everything. Why can't they take the picture with the religious?
We will take one with it on as well as off.
Take it off.
But here's my thing with sorry about that. Okay. But when you get passports, state law or passports,
that's federal.
Yeah, that's federal law. State law says you can take your passport pictures with all your religious garb on. So you can have a turban on if you're Sikh. You can have, if you're Orthodox Jew, you can take it with your wig. If you're
But we're
Muslim,
talking about law enforcement. If this is, look from the other side.
But that's what I'm saying.
For the sake of identification.
This is passport. This is international.
But this is not for identification. This is a case this sucker won't go out because you know how many people change their hair color, eye color.
Exactly. That's my point. So whatever they're hiding underneath that hijab in that mugshot, it doesn't matter. Like I do law enforcement go out and they're like, oh, this person now has changed hair. No one has ever been identified by hair because that can change.
No, we have. I have literally gotten warrant confirmations that come through, and that's what we look at. There's so
just
many,
by hair,
not just by hair. There's a series of things that we look for identifiers of a person. You have people that will wear that ain't even Muslim, and they're going to commit a crime, and then they want to use it. People play on these things. That's what I'm trying to get to. And then on top of that, we've had people, and now these ladies, they want to sit in jail with them on. Now, I would say when it comes to a correctional facility, when you're talking to a prison, imprisonment, things of that sort, if it's like she's been doing fraud, depending upon the level of facility it is, if it's high, maximum security, that could be taken into consideration. But people have strangled themselves with their own clothing, articles of clothing. We have so many different things that we have to take in consideration. They've killed other people with their t-shirt. I've found people hung. So you can't sit there.
But have they ever killed themselves with their wig, though? Because I'm not going to kill myself with my wig, okay? I know I want to light it up.
That's to consider, though, because if you got a 28-inch or something like that, you could.
That is true. I had to lighten it up because that is a very serious topic. And it is certainly something to think about as it relates to our safety, to Kim's point, but also to the religious rights of people who believe what they believe. So that was a very healthy, colorful, fun, insightful, energy-driven debate. And if you don't want to miss any more Hips TV, make sure you follow us on all social media at Hips TV and on Facebook at My Hips TV. And every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. This.
Hi, my name is Nikki Greenfield and I'm a finalist for Hips TV. Me llamo Nikki Greenfield y también soy finalista para Hips TV.